Hello and welcome to the review of the bike stand. Holds 4 bikes, bought off Amazon, not too expensive. You can buy them in bigger and 5 and 6 sizes, but I went for the 4. I decided to be just on the right size for me and the family. Instructions were okay. They gave the basics. It was just a sheet of paper. So I suppose you need. Didn't need any more really. Now for tools, all you're going to need is a pair of snips for the zippy ties and 2 spanners. And here I go. It's a small box. It was quite good. It only arrived in a couple of days. Getting it together was pretty easy really. Hardness, I'd say about a 4 out of 10. Just simply because things like there were 4 of these bars that had end caps, but it didn't tell you that in the instructions. 4 of the bars had end caps, which obviously are going to be the ends. Little things like that, you kind of expect the instructions to tell you. Now this bit here, I stupidly rammed that bit in. And later on, as you see, I spend a bit of time trying to get it back out. Just nice gentle taps, that's what it needs. Nothing more than a gentle tap. Luckily the dog didn't spend too much time bothering me while I was doing it, but, I got on with it. Here I am trying to figure out, one goes here, one goes there. All the bolts, there was enough bolts, and there was some screws for screwing it onto the wall, or I suppose you could kind of screw it down to the ground if you wanted, but the pikes hold them in place. As you'll see at the end, it does quite a good job actually. Did think it was a bit flimsy when I got it. I was a bit concerned about the fact it was going to be too flimsy to hold bikes. I didn't think it would be strong enough, but I was quite surprised in the end, by the way. Just putting all the basic bolts together. I'm not tightening them up yet because I want to make sure everything's going to fit. And this is the point I realise I've been hitting it too hard. Never mind. Here we go. Yep. See if we can jam it. Stick a screwdriver in there. Give it a go. That ain't going to work. So I do spend a bit of time trying to get that hole straightened. And unfortunately the bolts would not go back in. I was a bit concerned I'd ruined the unit. But no. Once I figured out, stick a screwdriver all the way through and try and straighten up gently. That works. There we go. There we are. Job done. Let's get it put together properly now, before anybody finds out that I messed up. Nobody'll know. You won't tell anyone, will you? Right, so the basic review. It's can you count? I think at this point I'd actually lost one of the bolts, which is actually sitting just to the bottom of the screen here. I was about to have a bit of a tantrum, but then I figured out where it was. Never mind. There we are. Now it's time to... Because the instructions didn't tell you about the tools you need, I'd measured with just the bolts and figured out I needed a 14. Not realising that the nuts were actually a 13. So the 14 held the bolt, and a 13 holds the nut. That was a great idea. And nobody's going to have, or you don't usually in the average home, have 2 14s. Well, I don't anyway. I don't know about you. I don't carry these kind of things. I've just got a basic toolkit. And once I put it together, I figured out it was actually pretty good. For the money, it was only 20 odd pounds. And for the money, I thought, it's actually really good. And it's a space saver for the garage. It stops kids having to pile their bikes on top of each other. And for £20, I'm hoping this is going to last a while. I think it will. No reason to think it won't. Let's just try and tidy things up so that I can get myself put back. Not have people moan at me for leaving stuff lying about. Here we go. Right, let's get it out to the garage. There we are. It's got the bikes in it. All 4 bikes. Yeah. Yeah. I think my son's been accruing bikes because there's slightly more than 4. But the only thing was this. It was tight to get the bigger wheels in. So out of 10, this gets an 8 stars out of 10. It's pretty good.